Midlife crisis, the deep questions. So if you think you might be having a midlife crisis, one of the things that happens, or at least it should happen, is you start to question everything that you once thought you knew. Although this isn't the beginning of a midlife crisis, this is when many people start to recognize that something within them is fundamentally off. You might drive your friends or your spouse crazy, and you might feel alienated. Now you have a choice right now to do the deep questioning and improve your life, or to run and keep having the same issues come up over and over again until you get it. Hi, my name is Kara Lescu, and I founded the Eagle Institute to help people improve their lives with meditation and self-healing techniques. And on that journey, I found that many of the people that came to me for other reasons were following a very similar pattern, and they were actually having a midlife crisis. Now, very often they were much older than the typical start, which is your early 40s. And since they hadn't done all the stages consciously, they were still struggling with the same issues, and often in their 50s and 60s, and they were stressed out as well. So if you are stressed, one of the first steps you need to take before handling your midlife crisis is to learn how to eliminate stress and anxiety. And if you're exhausted, recover from burnout. And we teach people how to do all those things. So if you need help with that before you deal with your midlife crisis, check out the notes to this video and you can book an evaluation with one of our experts. So back to midlife crisis. Asking deep questions, the ones that are confusing or painful, is the third stage of a midlife crisis. A small minority welcome this and have the skills to do it, and the rest get freaked out and find as biggest distraction as possible. And this is why midlife crisis is made fun of so often. And this is where the stereotypes come from. Buy a new toy, a younger romantic partner, an affair, or some of the less stereotypical distractions such as starting a new business or doing a marathon or partying late all the time. I've also seen people start gambling, doing drugs, or other really high-risk behaviors, all in an attempt to avoid feelings of fears of change. So if you want to get through a midlife crisis successfully, your life is going to change, and you will have to discover things about yourself maybe you just didn't want to know. But ultimately, as you transform and heal these things, they will be your greatest strengths, and you will have a fulfillment that just isn't possible otherwise. Everybody that I've ever trained to go all the way through a midlife crisis successfully had a much more successful life in all areas. And the sooner you get on it, the less drama your life will have in the meantime. Now, the best way to get through stage 3, which is what we've been talking about, is a regular meditation practice. This will give you the skills to be able to look at feelings of discomfort with a neutral mind and discover what the issues you're personally avoiding. And everybody's avoiding something. A midlife crisis does not mean you have failed at life, at anything. It's a natural part of our human growth and evolution. And the way to your greatest satisfaction and to unlocking your personal success path is to do the inner journey that a midlife crisis is taking you on. So if you want help with that, we have programs that help people at all stages of a midlife crisis based on their personal issues and based on their previous experience with meditation. Our experts have all successfully completed a midlife crisis, and they all have a meditation background to handle the deep issues of a midlife crisis. So to book a personal evaluation, is this a midlife crisis? Go to the calendar link in the description to schedule your time. We work with people all over the world in private sessions on video call.